You have been doing everything right. The volumizing shampoo, the root spray, the teasing comb. And yet every single morning your hair still looks like it gave up on you overnight. Here is what nobody is telling you. Thin hair after 60 does not need more product. It needs a completely different approach. One that works with what your hair is actually doing right now, not what it used to do 10 years ago. And the women walking around with that beautiful, bouncy, full-looking hair at 60 and beyond? They figured out something quietly simple that most people overlook entirely. By the end of this video, so will you. Stay right here because what I am about to share with you changes everything. Welcome back to Ageless Vogue, the place where looking and feeling your absolute best after 60 never has to cost you a fortune. If you are brand new here, we are so glad you found us. This channel was built specifically for women like you, real, elegant, and beautifully unapologetic about where you are in life. And to our returning viewers, welcome home. You already know we never waste your time, so let us get right into it. Before we dive in, do one quick thing for me. Hit that subscribe button and tap the bell right beside it. Every single week we bring you practical, honest tips that actually work for women over 60, and I would hate for you to miss a single one. Now let us get into what your hair has been waiting for. Section 1. The real reason your hair looks flat, and it's not what you think. Let me ask you something. Have you ever stood in front of the mirror, looked at your hair and thought, where did it go? Not just the thickness, the life, the bounce, that feeling of running your fingers through your hair and actually feeling something there. Here is the truth that most hair tutorials skip right over. After 60, your hair does not just get thinner. It gets smarter about showing you exactly what is not working anymore. The products that used to save you are now quietly suffocating what little volume you have left. The styles you have been loyal to for years are actually pulling your hair down instead of lifting it up. And the tools sitting on your bathroom shelf right now could be the very reason your hair looks flatter by noon than it did at 8 in the morning. But here is the good news. None of this is permanent. None of this is unfixable. And none of the solutions I am about to share with you will require you to spend a single dollar on anything fancy or complicated. This is about understanding your hair at this stage of life and finally working with it instead of fighting against it every single day. Section 2. Start with the scalp. This is where volume actually lives. Most women focus on the ends of their hair, the tips, the layers, the styling. But full voluminous hair does not start at the ends. It starts at the scalp, and if your scalp is not right, nothing else will work the way you want it to. Here is something that changed the game for a lot of women over 60. Scalp buildup. As we get older, product residue, natural oils, and dead skin cells accumulate on the scalp faster than we realize. And all of that buildup sits right at the root, weighing your hair down before it even gets a chance to lift. What you want to do is this. Once a week before your regular wash, take a few minutes to massage your scalp gently with your fingertips. Not your nails, your fingertips. Small circular motions all over the scalp for about 3 to 5 minutes. This does two things. It loosens that buildup sitting at the root, and it increases blood circulation to the scalp, which encourages healthier hair growth over time. Then when you shampoo, focus the shampoo only at the root, not the ends. The ends get cleaned when the shampoo rinses down. Scrubbing shampoo into your ends strips them of the little moisture they have, which causes breakage, and broken hair means thinner-looking hair. After rinsing, apply your conditioner only from the mid-shaft down to the ends. Never at the root. Conditioner at the root is volume's worst enemy. It coats the hair right where you need lift and makes it impossible for your roots to stand up on their own. This one shift alone, shampoo at the root, conditioner at the ends, will make a visible difference within 2 washes. Section 3. The towel is secretly ruining your hair. This one is going to surprise you. After washing your hair, how do you dry it? If you are wrapping it up in a regular bath towel and rubbing it dry, you are creating friction that breaks already fragile hair and causes frizz that makes thin hair look stringy and flat instead of full. The fix is almost embarrassingly simple. Use an old soft cotton t-shirt instead of a towel. Gently squeeze sections of your hair with it. No rubbing. Just gentle squeezing and pressing. The cotton fabric absorbs water without creating that rough friction that a towel does. If you do not want to use a t-shirt, microfiber towels work beautifully too. They are gentle, absorbent, and affordable. You can find them at any beauty supply store or even a dollar store. This tiny change in your post-wash routine protects the hair cuticle. And when the cuticle lays flat and smooth, your hair reflects light better, which makes it look fuller and healthier even when it is not. Section 4. The blowdry technique that adds instant volume. Now let us talk about heat styling, because this is where so many women are leaving volume on the table without even knowing it. First, always use a heat protectant before any heat touches your hair. Always. At this stage, our hair is more fragile and more porous, which means heat damage happens faster and the recovery takes longer. Now here is the blow-dry trick that makes a real difference. When your hair is about 70% dry, flip your head upside down. Completely upside down. Now continue drying your roots in this position. The heat and airflow are now working against gravity, which is exactly what you want. You are training your roots to stand up and away from the scalp instead of lying flat against it. Once your hair is about 90% dry, flip back up. Do not touch the roots with your fingers yet. Let them cool in that lifted position first. Here is the part most people skip. After your hair cools, use the cool shot button on your dryer and give your roots a quick blast of cool air. This seals the style into place. Cool air sets the hair the same way it sets a curling iron curl. It locks in that lift. If you have a round brush, use it while drying. Roll sections upward and away from the face, holding each section at the root with tension before releasing. The tension is what creates body. Actually, pause right here for 1 second. If what I have shared so far is already making sense to you, do me a small favor and hit that like button right now. It lets me know that this kind of content is helping you, and it tells YouTube to share this video with more women who need to see it. And if you have a friend or sister over 60 who has been struggling with thin hair, share this video with her. She will thank you later. Now back to it. Section 5. The haircut that does all the work for you. I want to talk about something that no product or technique can replace, and that is the right haircut. The biggest mistake women with thin hair make is holding on to length because they believe longer hair looks more youthful. But here is the reality. Long thin hair hangs. It falls straight down and gravity makes it look even flatter and more sparse. Shorter cuts, on the other hand, create the illusion of density because the hair has less length to weigh it down. When hair is shorter, it naturally pushes outward instead of downward, which reads as fullness. Now, you do not have to go dramatically short if that is not your personality. But there are specific cuts that create volume for thin hair beautifully. The first is a layered bob. Not a blunt bob, a layered one. The layers remove bulk from the interior of the hair, while leaving the outer layer looking fuller and more structured. The second is a textured pixie. This works especially well for women whose hair is not just thin but also fine in texture. A good textured pixie with choppy ends gives the appearance of much thicker hair because each piece stands on its own. The third option, if you want to keep some length, is a shoulder-length cut with long layers and face framing pieces. The face framing layers create movement, and the movement is what gives the illusion of fullness. When you visit your stylist, ask specifically for layers that start at the crown and work their way down. And ask them to point cut the ends rather than blunt cut them. Point cutting means the scissors go into the hair vertically at the ends, creating uneven, feathered tips that look textured and full rather than flat and sparse. Section 6. The parting trick that adds instant thickness. Where you part your hair is one of the fastest ways to either add or steal volume, and most women have never thought about this. If you have been parting your hair in the same place for years, your hair has actually been trained to fall in that exact direction. The roots have memorized that position and lie flat right there. That flat parting line makes thin hair look even more sparse because it exposes more scalp. The fix is to change your part. Not forever. Just enough to retrain your roots. Move your part about an inch to the left or right of where it normally sits. When your hair has to fall in a new direction, it resists slightly, and that resistance creates natural lift right at the root. A side part almost always creates more volume than a center part because it automatically pushes more hair to one side, creating density where it appears fullest. Another option is a zigzag part instead of a straight line. A zigzag part breaks up the visible scalp line so the parting area looks much less stark and noticeable. You can create this with the pointed end of a rat tail comb in a slow, gentle back and forth motion as you draw the part from front to back. Section 7. Products that actually work for thin hair over 60. Let us talk products because this is where a lot of money gets wasted. The shelves are full of volumizing products that promise the world and deliver almost nothing because they are formulated for a general audience. Not specifically for the texture and porosity of hair after 60. Here is what actually works. The first is a lightweight mousse applied to damp hair at the root only. Mousse has a bad reputation because people use too much of it and apply it to the wrong area. A golf ball-sized amount worked into just the roots of damp hair before blow-drying gives you lasting lift without crunch or stiffness. The second is dry shampoo, but not for the reason you might think. Most people use dry shampoo to absorb oil between washes. But for thin hair, dry shampoo applied to the roots before styling works as a texturizing powder that grips the hair and gives each strand something to hold on to. This creates grip at the root, and grip means lift. The third is a volumizing powder or spray. These are different from dry shampoo. They are finer and they work by coating the individual hair shaft very lightly to make each strand appear thicker. A small amount at the crown worked in with your fingertips is genuinely transformative. The fourth is a light hold hairspray applied underneath the hair at the roots, not over the top of the finished style. Spraying from underneath lifts the hair as the product sets rather than pressing it down. Stay away from anything labeled heavy hold, moisturizing, or smoothing. Those formulas are for thick, coarse, or frizzy hair. On thin hair, they coat the strand and make it limp within an hour. Section 8. The overnight trick that wakes your hair up with volume. This one is quiet, simple, and wildly underrated. Sleeping on a silk or satin pillowcase does more for the condition and appearance of thin hair than most products ever will. Regular cotton pillowcases create friction as you move in your sleep. That friction roughs up the hair cuticle, creates tangles, and causes the kind of breakage that makes hair look thin and frayed over time. A silk or satin pillowcase lets the hair glide as you move, which means you wake up with less breakage, less frizz, and hair that holds whatever style or set you created the night before far better than it would on cotton. And if you like to set your hair in the evening, loosely wrapping your hair in a silk scarf before bed seals in whatever curl or wave you created and protects it overnight. Women have done this for generations and it works just as well today as it ever did. Section 9. Color and highlights as a volume tool. Here is one that often gets overlooked in hair volume conversations. Color. Hair that is one solid flat color, especially gray or white, can emphasize thinness because there is no dimension for the eye to follow. When everything is the same tone, the hair reads as flat. Strategic highlights and lowlights create the illusion of depth, shadow, and movement. And movement is what our brain reads as fullness. You do not need a dramatic color change. Even subtle, soft highlights placed around the face and through the midsection of the hair create enough dimension to make the hair look significantly thicker. For women who have gone gray or are embracing natural silver, Asking your stylist for a gloss or toner treatment adds shine and dimension to gray hair without changing the color dramatically. Shiny hair always reads as healthier and fuller than dull hair. And here is the budget-friendly version of this. Many beauty supply stores carry temporary rinses and toning shampoos that add a soft wash of color and shine with no commitment and no damage. These are gentle enough for fragile hair and affordable enough to use regularly. Section 10. The confidence element nobody talks about. I want to end with something that has nothing to do with products or techniques, because it might be the most important part of this entire video. The way you carry your hair matters as much as how you style it. Women who walk into a room with their chin up, their posture open, and their energy settled, those women always look like their hair is working for them. Not the other way around. Thin hair styled with confidence looks intentional. It looks elegant. It looks like a choice. And at this stage of life, that is exactly what it is. You have earned the right to move through the world with ease. Not chasing the hair you had at 35, but owning the woman you are right now. The tips in this video will help your hair look fuller. But the energy you bring to every room is what people will actually remember. So there you have it. Everything from your scalp routine to your pillowcase, your haircut to your parting line, your products to the way color can completely shift how your hair reads in a room. Pick 2 or 3 of these and start there. You do not need to change everything at once. Just start somewhere and watch how quickly your hair responds. Now, if this video helped you today, please leave me a comment below and tell me which tip surprised you the most. I read every single one and I would love to hear from you. And if you have not already, hit subscribe and the bell so you never miss what we put out here at Ageless Vogue every week. You are not invisible. You are not past your prime. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. And you deserve to feel beautiful every single day. I will see you in the next one.